What's up, guys? It's Red Pill Vegan tuning in to the live stream here on Sunday. This is the live stream where people who have decided to go a different route from keto, we have moved on and we talk about our experiences. We share the stories of what successes and failures we've had and where we are now with our health. We do this every Sunday from about noon to 3, sometime in there. It's not a set time. It's kind of an informal community discussion. I would encourage you guys to join us. And today, the topic is going to be Jillian Michaels. That's right. You guys know, a lot of y'all have seen in the keto community and in the diet and nutrition space this week, Jillian Michaels has been lighting it up, talking about the keto diet, being critical of the keto diet. And she has received quite a bit of response and criticism for her actions coming out and telling people not to go on the keto diet. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit today. I want to get you guys' thoughts on it, but I'm going to share a little bit of the story if you're not familiar with what has happened. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, guys. So Jillian Michaels, the trainer from The Biggest Loser, I guess maybe 9 months ago, made a video with Dr. Axe. This is a pretty funny story, guys. So about 9 months ago, she made a video with Dr. Axe with a keto smoothie recipe. So about 9 months ago, it seemed like maybe she was on board with the whole keto topic. And then around 7 months ago, she was on the Steve Harvey show. All right, here's the Steve Harvey show video. This video, I think, was the first time that she came out and made statements critical of the ketogenic diet. So that was about 7 months ago. And at that time, a number of people in the keto community responded to her about her criticism of the keto diet. So we know Jason Whitrock responded to her. I believe Thomas DeLauer responded to her and said something along the lines of he felt like she was threatened by the keto diet. And this new development of a lot of people going keto had kind of knocked her position out of the fitness industry, and she was trying to defend her position by keeping people off of the keto diet. So I'd be interested to hear what y'all think about that. So then recently she had, I believe it was a magazine interview, and then that led to a new video that I can't even say that this video went viral. It doesn't have that many views. Not that many people have seen it. But she dropped a video critical of the keto diet, let's see, on January 6th. So today is the 13th, 2019. On the 6th, she dropped this. It's a viral formatted video. So it's short. It's only about 4 minutes. And she drops just a few things about the keto diet, why she doesn't recommend it. She talks about aging pathways, and she talks about a number of other reasons why she doesn't think that people should go keto, because she believes you can get similar results improving the diabetic condition for type 2 diabetes and weight loss. She thinks you can get similar results by doing other diets that don't involve severe restrictions of carbohydrates. Now, I'm not going to play her video and a bunch of the response videos. I feel like that would be kind of trite. I really talk more about the response from the keto community. Sorry, getting some notifications here, guys. Things are always happening in this realm. And so I want to talk a little bit about the response from the keto community. You know, within the plant-based community and the vegan community, whenever somebody comes out and criticizes the vegan diet, a lot of times we see Happy Healthy Vegan, Mike the Vegan, some of these more well-known vegan YouTubers, they'll come out and they'll try to debunk the people who are speaking out against the vegan diet. And I think that's almost natural, regardless of what diet you're on. If someone criticizes what you're doing, you're going to want to defend yourself because your belief system is somewhat incorporated into your actions through what you eat. And so I think it's natural that people would want to do that. So, and I've responded recently to Ashley Alyssa with her vegan video. And it's interesting to see how these response videos can actually institute change. And so with the Ashley Alyssa video, she ended up taking that video down. She realized that what she had said about the vegan diet wasn't really well thought out or a developed criticism. And a lot of what she said just, it either didn't make sense or it wasn't based on fact. And so she decided to take that video down. And I admire her for that. It was interesting to see that happen. So I think that my video and other people's videos kind of made her say, hey, I'm going to take a better look at this, you know? And maybe that's something that will happen with Jillian Michaels on the keto diet. You know, she issued some criticisms of it. I think some of what she said had some validity. I think she might have been a little bit off base on some of it. But rather than try to break down everything that she said in detail, I just don't think that's a good use of your time and of my time. So we're going to talk instead about the way that the community responded to her. So what we saw, this is kind of fascinating, guys. First of all, let me just point this out. This video, it only has, what did I say, 69,000 views? Okay, 69,000 views. That's not a viral video for the most part. And then I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm going to zoom in on this part. So it has 8,000 thumbs downs versus about 1,600 thumbs up. This video got an overwhelmingly negative response from largely the keto community. And if you actually go into this video and look at the comments, man, there are angry people in these comments. Not the least of which I found to be interesting. I actually responded to this one, was Joseph Everett. This is the man who runs the channel called What I've Learned. And this guy dropped quite a pithy comment. So it looks like he's insulting her vocabulary. Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. So we'll take to insulting people's intelligence when they offer what was really a brief, concise criticism of the diet. I mean, people are saying she didn't put studies. I think it might have been helpful. The irony there is that a lot of the people in the keto community, when they do videos, their videos don't have studies when they make the health claims. So it's kind of an interesting contrast in what people will accept as valid evidence. Yeah, that's pretty funny. We also saw Ken Berry respond to this video with a comment. I guess I'll just show you. This is interesting, guys. I mean, so we see Ken Berry respond to Jillian Michaels. Also on here was Ivor Cummins. Let me see if I can pull this up. I scrolled through a bunch of these earlier. Bear with me, guys. It's kind of an informal discussion. Anyways, so there it is. So Ivor Cummins also responding with just the word diarrhea. That is the keto community response to someone criticizing their diet. Now, that's just in the comment section on that video. I want to show you guys more in terms of what type of video response this got. So Stephanie Keto Person is somebody else I've covered on the channel a little bit. All right. She did an 1 and 12-minute live stream on this topic, just on the Jillian Michaels thing. So, hey, Leonardo da Vinci, thank you. I appreciate the super chat. You helping me out really does mean a lot to me. And I think we're going to be able to build this community in a way that people aren't afraid to talk about their successes and failures on the keto diet. That's what this is about, guys. I know this one's kind of a slower day topic. It's snowing outside. And I just want to share kind of the community aspect of really the way people react in this community to anyone saying something that they don't agree with. It's almost a, I don't want to say it's a cult mentality, because we hear that leveled at vegans, and it's such a lame criticism to be like, oh, it's a cult. Like, come on, man. Like, these people are trying to be healthy, and I want to talk about like how do people respond when they see something they don't like? If they think what they're doing is healthy, then what kind of response do we see? Yeah, thank you, Leonardo. Appreciate that. 4 years, man. I'm actually approaching 4 years on a plant-based diet as well. I'd say the first 2, I really wasn't doing it right. I had a juicer at the time. I've since gotten rid of that. And I was doing more fruit and stuff at the beginning. And it really didn't click with me at first. And then once I kind of started fine-tuning it, including more starches and beans, that's when I really started getting the success, the lasting year-round weight loss and maintenance of a healthy weight. So let's real quick turn it back to Jillian Michaels and the response from the keto community. Another one that I saw that came through was Jimmy Moore. This guy has a podcast where he rants, Jimmy Rants. So Jimmy Rants did a 55-minute video. 55-minute video about this 4-minute clip from Jillian Michaels. So that's pretty intense. And we also saw, this is just kind of funny to me, guys. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Scott, the truck driver, this specimen right here. This guy is a nutrition expert, a keto expert right here. I think he was a medical doctor for a while, but he just a truck driver. Scott, the truck driver, he had to retire from medicine because it was not a rewarding career for him personally. He found that big pharma was trying to keep people fat, so he had to make what is this? An hour-long response video, guys.
So it's that time of year where you
Sorry. an hour-long response video to a 4-minute criticism, a generalized criticism. Man. And if you look keto, all the keto all-stars like Keto Connect and a few others, Dr. Berg and Ken Berry also made video responses to this video. So we see Ken Berry, Dr. Berg response videos to Jillian Michaels. Al Roker, the weatherman, Al Roker also responded to Jillian Michaels. So let's talk a little bit more about this phenomenon in a broader sense. Now that I've shown you guys the examples of what the community how it has responded, what does this mean? That's really what matters. What does this kind of response mean? Okay, we've seen people in social media have the power to influence the general public and their diet choices. Big time, big time. The rise of the ketogenic diet is largely an example of that, okay? Now, there's been people in social media who've criticized the ketogenic diet. And I have made videos questioning certain claims that we see in that community and other people as well. So the keto diet has come up in social media quite a bit. It was around, I'm going to say 4 months ago. Let's see if I can pull this up. Yeah, so 3 months ago, Dr. Oz had Tim Tebow on. Do y'all remember that? This video is now one of the top results for any search related to the keto diet on YouTube. So anything you search related to keto, it'll bring up these videos of Tim Tebow on Dr. Oz. So this was before the new year. The industries that promote this know that January is coming, and in January, a lot of people are going to be doing weight loss diets. Okay? So a few months before that, Tim Tebow goes on Dr. Oz, and he actually made 2 separate appearances. I think about a month apart, if I'm not mistaken. So the mainstream media this year has started gearing up and bringing keto people on, okay? And another one that is worth mentioning from Dr. Oz is Mark Sisson. So they didn't show up in the results on that for the Jillian Michaels search, but Mark Sisson appeared on the Dr. Oz show to promote the keto diet. And this video was, one of those comprehensive segments, like an 8-minute mainstream segment. Like you just giving the microphone to somebody like Tim Tebow or Mark Sisson for 8 minutes on mainstream TV. Like think about how much money that time is worth. Okay? So that's a few months before January. So they've set the stage where if you're searching for keto in January, then what you're going to find is a mainstream source, Dr. Oz, having these guests on. You probably have heard of Tim Tebow if you ever watched college or NFL football. Not that he was that much of a standout in the NFL, but and I'm not casting shade at Tim Tebow, man. He's a polarizing character for a number of reasons. And you find Mark Sisson, who, if you've never stumbled into the diet industry, you might not know who he is or what he represents. But it's interesting. It's just interesting that all of that got prepared prior to January and was positioned in a way that when January arrived, lots of people would find that as the top results on YouTube and on search engines. So how do we explain this Jillian Michaels phenomenon? Well, this is just my opinion, my perspective on it, guys. Jillian Michaels comes across, from my perspective, as one of the first people outside of social media and outside of the doctors, so many of whom are on social media, but outside of the medical community, who has come out and criticized keto. So she's really from the mainstream. Jillian Michaels was on a television show called The Biggest Loser. It was really popular a few years ago, and there's been some interesting developments from that show, that with the Bob Harper heart attack situation. That show has led a lot of people to some very interesting conclusions about health and weight loss. Anyways, it's a mainstream show. So Jillian Michaels isn't, a blogger in the sense of like Keto Connect or Mark Sisson. Jillian Michaels was a staple on a mainstream television show. Well, she's come out and criticized the keto diet. So that says to me, the criticism of the keto diet is starting to go mainstream in a new way. That is notable. It's remarkable in that this trend for keto has gotten big enough that now it's not just plant-based doctors criticizing the keto diet. It's not just smaller YouTube channels criticizing the keto diet or vegan YouTube channels. We've got celebrity fitness personalities that are coming out and saying and telling people, do not go on the keto diet now. Because with the Sunday live stream, I always like to emphasize, if you're doing any diet, if you're doing the keto diet and it's working for you and you're getting the results that you want and you're satisfied with your health metrics, whatever risk factors you've gone over from your blood tests with your doctor, if you're happy with the results you're getting, then keep doing what you're doing. Do what works for you. But if there are people who are leveling criticisms at any particular diet or lifestyle, and you're on that lifestyle, it might be wise to look at what they're saying and verify whether or not there's any substance in it, and then decide whether or not that's relevant to you and what you're doing based on the results you're getting. So that's one of the things I like to emphasize every time we do this live stream. So if you're doing keto and it's working for you, then that's great. I would encourage you to stick with it. I've seen several examples within the community that we've gone over on some of these live streams where people are doing a ketogenic diet and they're incorporating more vegetables, more plant foods. Some people who eat a predominantly plant-based keto seem to be able to eat almost an unlimited amount of non-starchy vegetables without having to worry about getting kicked out of ketosis. And as we talked about last week, I kind of have a little pet theory that the more restrictive you get with plant foods, the less plant food that you're eating, and the more that you depend on bottled oils or refined oils, that includes extra virgin oils, the more you depend on oil and animal products like meat, dairy, and eggs, then the less tolerant you're going to be to including carbohydrate containing plant foods into the diet. That's one of the things that I've seen. Yeah, race lever. That's hilarious. Nah, I'm not going to start rapping. I think there's an issue with that. I mean, I could write a pretty funny song and do that, but then what ends up happening is people want you to rap then, and so people would come here and they'd say, "Well, we want you to rap," and I don't want my influence to be dependent on having to make what I have to say rhyme. I don't think it's an effective use of my time or my words. And when I use my words, I want them to be able to reach people and help people. And I just don't, at this point in time, I might do it for fun later. I might do it just for laughs later on. But at this point in time, I don't think that choosing to make my words rhyme with rap song would be the best use of my energy to help people. So that hopefully that answers your question. I did write a rap song one time though. And I thought it was funny. I sent it to a friend of mine. He was like, "You got to publish that." And I was like, "Man, it's just not my style. It's just not my style." You know, you guys know. I like to have fun, and I think if you watch some of the videos I do not in the live stream format, you know that there's a strong element of humor and fun in what I do here on this channel, because I think humor is a great way to reach people. But for writing rhymes, I feel like I'll leave that to somebody else, man. There are some good slam poetry, diet-related slam poetries. There's that Rasta guy who wrote I think it's called What Me Eat. That's a pretty fun song. I like that song. So yeah, guys, I'm enjoying doing the live streams with you guys on Sunday afternoons. A.S. Van Hoos. Yeah, so I think you're right in a lot of ways. Sometimes the intuition that we have about what's working for us can be you can almost put a veil in front of that. A better way to say that would be, you can be confused about what signals your body is sending you when you are on certain diet and lifestyle patterns. So if for instance, I'm saying to people, if keto is working for you, keep doing it. So if you're like, I have so much energy on keto, but you're fasting in the morning and drinking coffee instead of eating food, you might not be in touch with what your real energy levels are if you're running on stimulants instead of food. And so, there's advice like that is always nuanced. I'm not just across the board recommending people stay on keto. And in fact, if you watch my videos, you'll know I've done a number of videos recently where I talk about how to stop the keto diet without gaining weight again. Like if you've lost weight on keto, how to stop keto without gaining weight again. Because I think it's important to guide people in a way that is based on fact and evidence and will help them the most if they need to stop doing it. So yeah, it's nuanced advice. For whoever just asked that question, I think Justin, been doing it for almost 4 years now. So plant-based diet, originally wasn't quite doing it right. Had a juicer and was eating a lot of fruit. Still eat plenty of fruit, but it wasn't quite doing it right when I first started. Didn't know exactly how to eat a plant-based diet. Now I've kind of gotten it to where I'm clicking pretty good. Liking to see some people check in. Perpetually annoyed. Thick vegan. What is up in Europe right now? You are in England, if I'm not mistaken. I see you. I see you guys. Welcome to the live stream. Today's topic was Jillian Michaels. You're in Australia? What? So do you even know about Jillian Michaels? Is she even a personality in Australia? Or is The Biggest Loser only a United States thing? That's an interesting question. Yeah. Yeah, she knows who that is. She knows who Jillian Michaels is. So, yeah, this week's live stream, we talked a little bit about the keto community response to her criticism of the keto diet. Her brief 4-minute criticism inspired multiple videos nearing hour-long response videos, some of them well over an hour, from people like Jimmy Moore and Scott the truck driver and Stephanie Keto person. So for an hour-long response video to a 4-minute criticism. Yeah, it's wild. So you'll have to rewind this live stream to catch all of the examples I showed. Carbs and coffee, keeping it real in Portland, Oregon. I see you guys. Keep Portland weird, keep Portland vegan. I understand they have a pretty good plant-based scene out there. And I'm guessing it's probably raining right now. Yeah, so with Jillian Michaels, I think I've pretty much covered most of the stuff I wanted to. Response video from Dr. Berg, Ken Berry, also Jason Whitrock, Keto Connect, Stephanie Keto person, all of the main keto YouTube channels have responded to Jillian Michaels' 4-minute video about why she doesn't like the keto diet. So we now have mainstream fitness personalities criticizing the keto diet. That's a change. That is a bellwether change, and I'm interested to see who else will come out against it. We've seen Dr. Oz be very willing to open up his platform to support keto, to support people who are promoting the ketogenic diet. No, cold cuts. I will not be watching these response videos. I do not have 3 hours to hear a truck driver talk about Jillian Michaels. Yeah, A.S. Van Hoos, it would be very cool if Jillian Michaels started doing a plant-based diet. I think with the power of social media, maybe people will be challenging her to do just that. But she certainly is fit. She seems to know what she's doing, so we'll see what she's going to end up doing there. All right, guys, I think we're going to get to the end of this stream here now. Thank you, Leonardo, for the super chat. That means a lot. You guys, I don't get a lot of those when I do these because small audience, but I do it to help people, and I appreciate you guys. Race lover, cracking me up. Dr. Barry's middle name is Dingle. So first of all, Dr. Barry did respond to both of the videos I made about him. Kim Barry has a great sense of humor. He is a graceful person when it comes to responding to criticism. That is a fact. He's a graceful guy. So I admire his social graces. Don't agree with all of his dietary approach. And I've laid out some of my concerns in those videos. If you guys are curious, be sure to check those out if you haven't already. All right, I think the live stream is going to drop. I think we lost the live stream. It looks like the timer's still ticking, but I'm not seeing anything moving on my screen, so I'm going to go ahead and close it out, guys. If the video's still playing, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and tune in next week from 1 to 3 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing another keto live stream for people who have decided to move on, or if you're still on the keto diet, we'll be talking about what concerns we might have. So there it is, folks. Thank you guys. Yeah, the video froze, but we can still hear you. That's what it looks like on my end too. So I'm going to go ahead and check out, guys. Thank you again. It's Red Pill Vegan. Y'all know what time it is. Next.